Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Sama, Seattle Sacred Music and Art. My name is Derek Mazzoni, and I'll be hosting tonight as we explore the power of sacred music, the power of healing from all different types of cultures, whether those cultures live deep in the Himalayas or they're just down the street creating sounds at raves, clubs, wherever sacred music is needed. We, of course, are going through some tumultuous times, growing times, transformational times here in the United States, and of course also throughout the world. And at this particular time of transition and transformation, the power of music, the power of vibration, and more specifically, the power of the voice really plays a prominent role to me as a healing source, a resource to help us on this journey. Tonight on Sama, I am honored to have Gina Salá, who is a vocalist with over 23, a repertoire spanning 23 languages. She was born into a musical family. She spent her early childhood years chanting daily in various ashrams, then got lost throughout the Himalayas, spent some time in a Buddhist monastery in Nepal, Kopan, and then her career and her evolution brought her to the United Nations, singing as a lead vocalist for Cirque du Soleil and festivals internationally. And you can find her at ginasalá.com, and we'll get more information about that, about her in just a bit. But right now, it is an honor to have Gina Salá gracing this virtual stage with some beautiful music to help us through this. Hello, Gina.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Please introduce the tabla player next to you.
I'm so grateful to have my brother Anil Prasad. He's a beautiful musician, one of the greatest, most wonderful, versatile tabla players I know. And his mama is another one of my mamas. He's amazing.
Beautiful.
So
Thank you
yay.
for being here.
Yeah, he's also my neighbor by great fortune.
Woof. That's beautiful to hear. Let's hear some music. Let's get into it, and then we'll have a little chat.
Sure. Well, since it's the, healing sacred music, I just recommend everyone feel heavy like an elephant. Every inhale connects us to the ground, and I'm do a few invocations. Your spine flexible like a curvy trunk of Ganesh. Shri Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Gungurave Namaha. Om Gungurave Namaha.
Gina Salá, we're frozen, unfortunately. Technology is failing us at this time, but let's see if we can go to the other screen and make that work. Unfortunately, we have no sound. Sama, Seattle Circuit Music and Art, we are having a little bit of a technical difficulty, and we're going to try very hard to make that work. We are, of course, doing this type of performance during COVID-19, and also at the same time dealing with all types of social transformation. And people are using their internet excessively right now, of course, and so we're going to try to make sure that we can bring that back as soon as possible. So please hold tight if you can, and we'll be right back with more beautiful music from Gina Salá. Once again, we are having a couple of technical difficulties, and we will be right back with more music from Gina Salá.
Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram and we can sing for peace in all realms. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om. Salam, Shalom, Hewa Pazbe, Dona Nobis Pacem. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Shanti.
Thank you, Gina. That was beautiful. Sorry for the delay that we had a little while ago. We just ran into some internet issues. Of course, we're in a process right now of trying to figure out how to do all this in this new world. Usually we'd be on stage and we'd have cameras set up and everything would be the way it would need to be to make it all work. But right now, we're doing as best as we can, and we're using and we're channeling music, specifically this type of music, to help people deal with this transition. So I would love if you could speak to that a little bit. You've been doing this for a long time, and your repertoire and your evolution as a musician. One of the things that I'm always curious about is like, how does a artist reacts to reality around them, and then presents that reality to their audience. What are some of the learnings that you've gotten in the time that we've had right now, be it with COVID and also social transition?
Great question. And you know, that whole thing about Wi-Fi coming in and out and all of that, that happens, right? In life. And I'm thinking what a lot of us notice, a lot of people's sleep gets disrupted, we get agitated. But as singers, as musicians, we're always keying into our physical body, right? Like, this is the instrument. So there's something about, Anil is so talented about just going with the flow, whatever's happening, about just coming back to now, what's happening now. And then also to finding where do we relate as beings on this planet? Shared humanity for sure, but shared beings. For example, when I sing in different languages, in one moment I'm a 14-year-old boy without any family. In another moment I'm a 300-pound woman of color of something else. But the emotions can be the same. So something that I find helpful is to really come into the body. Like even now, people in radio land, you can put your hand on your face and go, or on your head, And you can physically feel that vibration, Or on your chest, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Remember who you are, And there's something about when we allow, we see something that breaks our heart, to let us feel it, and to take it into music, because music takes us from the personal to the transpersonal, from the immanent to what really connects us all. And that's, to me, the birthplace of empathy, of love, of healing.
That feels like a lesson that needs to be applied right now, especially in this country, as we're confronting certain truths that need to be addressed in order for that transition to happen to whatever the next step is. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
You.
Would love to hear some more music, please.
Sure. Well, let's do the ualike. So I often lead things called kirtan, where I'm call and response chanting, and it's focused a lot on Indian, Nepali, all kinds of music. But it's fun tonight to just play whatever we feel like in different realms. I want to share that one of the things, I think we know that music can be healing, and we were talking before the show about some of the musical tastes of our friends here. Like metal can be healing, hip-hop can be healing. Hip-hop, the rhythm creates a space, a container, a safe container. Like the rhythm is your safety. That's been something throughout all time. And so to just know, like, whatever it is that helps us feel secure and safe and belonging, that can be healing. But that being said, I want to share a Hawaiian chant, or a Hawaiian song with you, that was written by the last sovereign monarch of Hawaii. And her name is Queen Liliuokalani. Liliuokalani. And one of the things, in light of what you were saying, Derek, is she was really all about really trying to give greater rights to those who were economically challenged and give them greater power. And so her monarchy was quite short-lived because, of course, the powers that be overthrew her. However, the song lives on, and the ideology of equality for all lives on. And this is a song of beauty. So I invite you to just imagine you're on some beach somewhere and enjoying the beauty of the flowers and the love in the heart. short version there. Watching the waves.
Beautiful. Yeah, it definitely takes me there. I've been lucky enough to spend some time in Hawaii, and especially around native populations, and really feeling that kind of energy that comes from being born there or making your home there. And you've been in you've traveled quite a bit. As I stated before, you lived in Nepal, you lived in India. You also travel throughout performing, and you have right now you're teaching virtually. Can you speak to that a little bit? Because I'm always curious how this new reality is transitioning for artists, and how they're applying it.
Well, you know, one thing that I've always been passionate about is the healing power of the voice. I grew up as a very sickly child. I had asthma. I had all, you know, I was very sickly, but I also had a real strong sense that I'm not just this body, you know, there's something bigger. And so I was kind of underground just as a singer for many years. But in a personal practice, I would do mantra. And manas is mind in Sanskrit, and tra is tool. So mantra are literally like tools, like a shovel or a toothbrush, to sort of dust off your mind from the, like we all have them, these habitual thoughts that come back and they don't feel good. So I've studied for a long time mantra, like since childhood, really. And then I have a Guruji, Vagi Shastriji. And it occurred to me after some time that people started asking me to teach voice, and then they started asking me to teach. You know, I just started expanding it, because in order to sing, we have to be able to find our breath and find our inner peace, and still we want to play. Like, so I teach these awakening voice year-long sound schools. And when COVID hit, I decided to stay in Mexico. I had been leading a retreat there, and I came back mid-April, and I wasn't sure what we would do, but I was able to transition it. So we do mantra, we sing raga, which is this very Drupad style raga, this old slow kind of Indian classical music. But we also, like, we dance, we kick it up with some interesting rhythms. And sometimes I make it fun with like polyrhythms, because polyrhythm, like from Africa, is, you know, that's what makes things groove. You know, and we can add mnemonics. So I like to throw in, my passion has always been, and I'm a dual citizen with Canada, and I've lived different places. So my allegiance has been really to the world and to the beauty of the world cultures. So I like to throw in the mix a lot of that. And I found, because we're really using our bodies and embodied and breathing together and literally moving and dancing and listening, that it actually worked. I honestly didn't know if it would, but we're having a lot of fun on these year-long sound schools.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's good news. That's inspiring. Thank you. Let's hear some more music, please.
Sure. Let's see. Let's do... you got A right now. Okay, let's do it. Actually, I kind of want to end with that. Okay, well, go so. Let's do this. Can you go to C, please? The thing about the tabla that's so interesting, tabla is actually one of the hardest instruments to play. And you know, like that black dot on the top of it, they make them with like old rice in a pan and goo. These are incredible instruments. That's how originally, right? And but he has to change the drum for each tune that I play. And I want to share a chant right now, just shortly one, because I'm going to end on a one that'll send us out in a lilting way. But this is one that I wrote recently. I was actually asked to sing at the Occupy movement. It wasn't that recent. And I remember thinking, so we need to get some new chants. And you know that idea that, oh, if you see it, it's yours. So I wrote this about 4 or 5 a.m. right before I went to the march. And it seems apropos right now. And it reminds me of, I used to work in the projects in West Seattle, and there's the Bujuni people, which are the Somali people off of the coast of Somalia. And they would have this sandbar that would get revealed just once a year. And if you live in a village, you know there's not a lot of privacy to wail out your feelings, you know? Everyone hears everything. So they would sing, Makayalo, Makayalo, Madina Yalo, Makayalo, Madina Yalo, Moyafulo, Malnamotie. Makayalo, Madina Yalo, Makayalo, Madina Yalo, Moyafulo, Namotie. I think I was hearing that in myself. Just this powerful slosh out to the sandbar and sing in the privacy as loud as you want. And then it turned into this. We will occupy our hearts. It's always a new start. We will occupy our hearts. So feel free to sing along. We will occupy our hearts. It's always a new start. We will occupy our hearts. We'll stand united in this love. We'll stand for the strong and the weak. Yes, we will, yes, we will. We'll stand for justice and the truth we will speak. We stand united in peace. We will occupy our hearts. It's always a new start. We will occupy our hearts. We will occupy our hearts. It's always a new start. We will occupy our hearts. We'll stand united in this love. We'll stand for the strong and the weak. Yes, we will. And we'll stand for justice and the truth we will speak. And we stand united in peace. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Om Shanti Om. Peace in all the world. Salam, shalom. Om Shanti Om. Black Lives Matter. Salam, shalom. Om Shanti Om. In the power of Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Feeling that power within us. Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Jai Ma. So one thing I've learned is if I'm feeling frustrated about something, if I do something about it, I feel better. I was taught as a child that when we hear an ambulance, we say Om Namah Shivaya. Instead of thinking, oh, it's loud, we say a blessing, huh? Instead of thinking there's nothing I can do, it's like pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Maybe I can sing. Maybe I can read and learn a little bit about white privilege. And that's healing, you know, to be empowered. Maybe it's that you cook for your friends. Maybe you're a really good listener. But to think, what is the gift that I have in me and what can I do? And help us to wake up and come more into our hearts together. So I'll sing the chorus one more time. We will occupy our hearts. It's always a new start. We will occupy our hearts. And it looks different for different people. Some people it might be doing a different kind of action. But we can occupy our hearts through it all. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
It's exactly what we needed. Gina, Salá on Sama, Seattle Sacred Music and Art, as we continue to present healing music, sacred music, to get us through this particular transition. The lyrics and intention around that is absolutely perfect. So more info about your work can be found, of course, online. We will post links to that. People are listening, of course, on and watching, of course, on Facebook and YouTube. And we will do this again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Be well. Be safe.
Okay. Maybe I'll do a little outro as you go. I'll be your recessional.
Please, please. Thank you.
Me to savre ke rang rachi. Paint me in the colors of the divine. Kindness, compassion, courage. Me to savre ke rang rachi. Me to savre rang rachi. Me to savre rang rachi. Each of us in our own way. Me to savre ke rang rachi. Gaye kumeti lai bandi pang gunguru. Gaye kumeti lai bandi pang gunguru. Bhagat rupa paisachi. Me to savre ke rang rachi. Me to savre ke rang rachi. Mera Shri Gira Dharana lallasu. Mera Shri Dharana lallasu. Magra rasi lirya jachi. Me to savre ke rang rachi. Me to savre ke rang rachi. Me to savre rang rachi. Me to savre rang rachi. Me to savre ke rang rachi. Ke rang rachi. Ke rang rachi. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Peace to all. May all beings experience the true happiness and well-being, especially our Black brothers and sisters today, now, all beings of the universe. Thank you so much for having me on Sama. Peace and blessings to all of you, every single one who's listening to this now or in the future. Your voice is medicine, your voice is holy. Be well.